Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for joining the group. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for those that have shared it already. I appreciate you as well. And for those that have joined my YouTube channel as well, which will be coming underway very soon as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you all already. And just a shout out. I've noticed quite a fair few Gin people that have joined the group. Hello. Seriously, I was born and raised in the Bundaberg, Gin and Wallaville area. I grew up there. I know how small that place is, and I'm actually quite chuffed with how many spiritual people are in Gin. Hands down, big shout out to the Gin crew. And thank you so much for joining. So a little bit about this group. So with this group, it is designed to share information and wisdom that I have, or any messages that I have. It also gives you guys discounts to any of my readings, my mediumships, any healing techniques that you may need, any future courses that I will run as well. You will also be able to get a discount on this as well. It's just my way of sort of giving out my talent that I have and giving you guys that love as well. Okay. So I'll put up all the prices and all that side of things. I'll put that up probably a little bit later on tonight, or maybe even tomorrow, on all my prices. But yeah, anyway, a little bit about me. Obviously, I'm Marianne. I don't even know if I even introduced myself then. Oh my gosh. But I'm Marianne. I've been quite spiritual from a really young age. I can remember a lot of things at a very young age in regards to like the news, in regards to what I'm looking at, things that I could see. I end up delving into, like, just very briefly delving into a Ouija board when I was like 11 years old, and then I got into white witchcraft when I was about 14 or 15, and even very curious about tarot back then. I had my first premonition when I was 15. I'll tell you a bit about that actually. I was walking home from school. I was actually wagging. And I had this vision of a young girl in her early 20s, maybe even 19. She was riding an old style turquoise bike, or light blue bike. And she came up to an intersection and she got hit by a car. As I was walking down that same road, I saw a young woman riding an old style bike that was blue or turquoise in colour, and she got hit by a car in that exact same spot. At that point, I pretty much had shut it down. I was just like, whoa, like, what have I just seen? That's not normal. That's not something that I want to deal with. Okay. Fast forward until about 4 or 5 years ago, my brother had passed away from suicide, and not long after that, my marriage also fell apart as well. I then started taking on spiritual courses. I just had this urge to go and do a Pella course, and I took it on. That course was a very difficult course for me. I literally had a full-blown awakening, as in I was in the womb. I could see everything from as a baby in my mum's belly at the time. I could see arguments happening. I could see fighting happening. I could feel the emotions that my mum was feeling at the time. And that really kicked a lot of things for me spiritually. And it's made me very curious ever since. Now, from then, I've had telepathy. I've also had more premonitions. I also experience, astral travel, past life work as well. And the obvious sort of see things, feel things, hear things is just getting stronger and stronger and stronger as I move along. Now, in all honesty, I really tried to suppress this side of me again, but I was still curious, but I wasn't confident enough within myself to actually go, yeah, you know what, I should really do something about this. So I kept just going around and around and around in this mouse wheel, I guess you could say, and just going, what should I do? What direction am I going? Should I keep going with, with being an artist? Because I'm an artist, as you can see. Or, should I just go get a 9-to-5 job? Or should I go into graphics or whatever? And they just wouldn't leave me alone. Spirit wouldn't leave me alone. And my intuition was just getting stronger. I just had knowings about things, especially people that were in that crossroad or have this skill and they're like, well, how can I turn this into something that's bigger? And I always had the answers for them. So I believe that a lot of myself moving forward, I'll go into more of the mediumship side of things, but I'm really going to sort of also direct that into giving you skills if you want extra skills in this field, in the spiritual field. If you don't, and if you want skills more in the business side of things, then I can help you with that as well and give you the tools that you need to be able to produce something to this world. Because I firmly believe that when you go through an awakening, you can't stop it, you can't reverse it. The more that you resist it, the longer that it takes and the more painful that it is. So you may as well just accept it. I guess you could say that this world is really, it's an illusion, and we are all interconnected with absolutely everything here. So this group is really going to be based on, offering readings, mediumship, healings, courses, and also just offering just wisdom, guidance, giving you that pep talk if you need that pep talk, because generally a lot of spiritualists are also very self-conscious, suffer with a lot of low self-esteem as well. And generally have had some type of pivotal moment in their lives where it's been quite traumatic, or they've come out of very traumatic childhood or a relationship. So it's basically to also give you a place on where you can also come to me or come to the people that are in the group and ask for guidance as well if you need be. Now, I do have a few other little surprises up my sleeve as we go along as well. I will be also interconnecting with a lot of other beautiful people that I've met along this way. That will also be able to help you with guidance in regards to your health, in regards to even more sort of spiritual work, as in we're talking galaxies and we're talking, cells and all that sort of bigger stuff that I do know, but I'm not like really sort of, down that rabbit hole yet. And also, other like-minded people as well. I would love to interconnect all of us into this group in some way and help give guidance and a positive light for anybody else that is also traveling this road. Now, we're currently in Mercury Retrograde at the moment. So it's up until the 18th of January. So Mercury Retrograde means that it's going in reverse. So as in past stuff is going to be coming up. So, but this time Mercury Retrograde is really focusing on love and relationships. Okay, so what will most likely come up is that past people past connections, past love relationships will all come back, and then we'll all try and test you again, okay? This is a time where you need to decide on whether that you're still going to keep repeating cycles. Now, if it might not be an ex that comes back, but it might actually be your partner that goes back to doing an old pattern that you find very annoying. Or it could be a family member that's doing the same thing that, you know, it has all of a sudden come back. Or it could be an ex that just pops out of nowhere and says, oh, hey, I love you, I miss you, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this is the time where it's going to test you. Are you going to repeat that cycle again? Now, if you pass that test, then you'll be rewarded on the other side. So with me personally, I had a lot of exes come back. I think I had every single one of them come back. I was just like, oh my God. Okay. But for me, it was a test to see whether that I would go back into the pattern of being a doormat or being that little object that's put on the shelf and, oh, hey, you know, I'll come and collect you, you know, when I'm ready. No. You know what I mean? Like, no, like I'm past that stage now of being that doormat. So for me, it was more of a self-love stage for me. What is my relationship with myself? Was I putting myself first, or am I going to go back to the old pattern of putting somebody else first? So hence why the group has started, because it's been something that I have been suppressing for quite some time and really trying to just ignore it. But I thought, you know what, I really need to do this. This is actually who I am. And I feel very comfortable in talking about patterns of behavior and trauma and how to overcome things and how to, I guess, connect that 3D, you know, this world into the spiritual world and make it make sense for those that are dabbling into the spiritual world. So that was my lesson in regards to Mercury retrograde. Is it over yet? No, it's not, because it's still going until the 18th. And then you go into a shadow period about 2 weeks. It's roughly about 2 weeks afterwards. It kind of goes into a shadow period where it's slowing down before it then goes forward. Now, 2023 is a huge year of growth, okay? So if you've done the inner work last year and you've you've identified who the toxic people are in your life and what you need to do with that. Or toxic behaviors, as in your own toxic behaviors. Now, know that you can't change anybody else's behavior. You can only change your own. So have you identified what toxic behaviors that you have or shadow aspects of yourself, and then what it is that you need to do to overcome those? Where did it come from? Was it something that has been learnt? Which most of it is. We're all programmed in the first 7 years of our life, so that's generally where it's come from. Some of it, I know in my personal instinct, some of it was actually from a past life that I had, which had dragged over to this lifetime. So I actually had to heal a trauma that was in a past life, which were then brought into this life. So I couldn't really heal this life until I sorted out that one. So it's so if you kind of worked out those things in 2022 and you got a bit of an idea as to what direction that you want to take and you're starting to take those steps, then keep going in 2023, because 2023 or towards the end of it will be quite abundant. Okay, as long as you keep on track and you keep focused on what you want. Okay, as in your heart, what brings you joy, happiness, what fills your desires in your heart. Okay, not your mind, not your ego. Okay, what comes from your heart. And if you're following your purpose, you're following from heart. Okay. So 2023 and 2024 will be a very abundant year for you, okay? Don't think, oh shit, I don't know. No, I haven't worked it out. Oh crap. Now I'm behind the 8 ball. No, focus on it. Focus on it now. Okay. And start doing the work now. And to be honest, don't be scared to. Don't be scared to take risks because you'll learn from that. Okay. Otherwise, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's me. I think I babbled on enough. I'm going on 15 minutes there. Anyway, thank you again. And please share the group as much as possible. I'm really trying to ramp up the amount of people that are in the group. And if you're a business or if you have a business, okay, reach out to me, PM me, okay? PM me and let me know, okay? And I'm more than happy to be able to intertwine or help you out in some form of way if need be, okay? Otherwise, love you all. And I'll have prices up soon in regards to readings and healings, and also how you can also book that in as well. Anywho, have a glorious day or have a glorious night, and I will see you probably throughout the week. Bye.